Cam Newton is paid to be a clown and racialize the conversation at ESPN.
I do not think Kevin Stefanski wants Shedeur Sanders to succeed. For this to be the first move that Matt Ryan made. Kevin Stefanski?
No facts, just emotion, just a discussion of everything through a racial lens. It's a clown show at ESPN. And Cam, I know Cam thinks I don't like him, and Cam can't wait to see me. He can't wait to beat up a 58-year-old man. Cam, good luck with it. Cam, I'm trying to actually give you good advice. If you want to know why Matt Ryan can make one Super Bowl appearance, get one MVP, and then have the Atlanta Falcons say, hey, you should be the president of our organization, and why you can't get that opportunity with the Carolina Panthers or anybody, no one's putting you in a position of responsibility and decision-making, it's because you have decided you would rather play the buffoon than actually be a decision maker and a true impact maker. But you want to blame white racism rather than yourself.
Gilly! Watch out. I'm through with you.
Strong statements right there.
What's his name?
Jason Whitlock.
Oh, yeah. Jason! You got my undivided attention, brother. What would you have me do, old Jace? Would you rather me be a puppet? Would you rather me go against the grain? Would you rather me not speak how I truly feel? Would you rather me just be a pawn on a chessboard? No. There's one thing about me, Mr. Whitlock, that you must understand. You call it clown, a buffoon, all these different name calling. I say it this way. My voice to the culture is way more heavier than I even expected it to be. I owe a service to speak up for the muzzled. I owe a service to speak up for the muted. I owe a service to speak up to the forgotten or the overlooked. I owe a service to make sure that when I do grace a TV screen, my dialect, my tone, my vernacular, my words that I utter is not only factual, but it's also relatable to my kind. My kind is not just a color. My kind is just not a gender. My kind is not just what you may think as racial slander. My kind is for the people who understand and can relate. Sorry, Jason, but it's abundantly clear that you're not liked much. That's fine, because I appreciate you trying to create a narrative that just isn't right. I'm not going to send threats. I'm not going to send any type of, mixed reviews. I genuinely can't wait to run into you so we can have a discussion. Because one thing that I've always battled with my whole entire life, Jason, and you fall victim to that as well too, with your critique of who Cam Newton is Cam Newton is always misunderstood. I've never seen you. I've never met you. And I would love that day where I'm able to shake your hand and have a real discussion about who I really am. That's not a threat. That's not me trying to intimidate you as a 50-year-old individual. I think for me, I've coined the phrase. A lot of people may say, hey, I'm the culture's uncle. Well, I've coined the phrase that I'm the culture's cousin. We always got that one person in the family that just is an outlaw. But one thing about it, they ain't never really wrong. It's just the delivery sometimes can be altered. And I'm working on that. Now, hope you wasn't referring to me as not being educated. I hope you weren't referring to me as not being the person that you want me to be, because that ain't in always everybody's best interest. We live in a free country. We live in a country where you're pushed to be all you can be. You could be anything. You could be the president of the United States. You could be a business owner, small business owner. You can be a CEO. You can have a 9-to-5 and another 9-to-5 and another 9-to-5 and a 5-to-9. But before I allow you or anybody else to be something that I'm not, I will remind you, Jason, that your critique of me saying or having the thought that I have no facts and no backing to my specific discussions and topics, you're absolutely wrong. And it's sad because they always say, it be your own kind.
Facts.
Well, Jason, my brother, this ain't got nothing to do with race. This just has everything to acknowledge that you're tone deaf to a lot of things, bro. What platform are you on? What audience do you speak to? I looked at your comments, and it's abundantly clear that the people in your comments and the people in my comments are two different people commenting. Whether it's, oh, Cam was wrong, I can accept that. Cam's a hater, I can accept that. Cam, I agree with you, I can accept that too. But understanding, you will not find another individual like Cam Newton. But, there's always a but. And this but can be compared to a BBL but in regards to you. I can find multiple people that do what Jason Whitlock does. Who's really winning? I look forward to the day that we do meet. And once again, this is not a threat, bro. It's one of those dynamics where you got real people who really hate you. I'm not one of them. I'm just intrigued to silence your stereotypical thought of a black man in front of a camera in America with long hair that finds ways to call truth to power. Then when I call out a Kevin Stefanski, when I call out other organizations and say questions like, how do you hire a Mike McCarthy? How do you even interview a Phillip Rivers and not even give the opportunity to a Byron Leftwich, a Super Bowl winning coordinator? That just so happens to be black. I've always spoke about diversity, equity, and inclusion. I've always been an advocate to former players. But somehow, Mr. Jason, you've been able to, and have been able to try to shift the narrative or try to coin the phrase uneducated individual. You may not have said it, but that's the vibe that you give me. So, as we talk on a platform that I'm able to be 100% authentically myself, I don't have to look behind my back. I don't have to look over my shoulder. I don't have to worry if I will see this person or not. I'm comfortable in my skin. Are you comfortable in yours? So, if you find flaws in who I am, that's fine, that's cool. I respect that. But you're talking to an individual that does not look for other people's validation, appreciation, or clearance. Because being from Wakanda, by way of Atlanta, Georgia, I can go anywhere in this world and be authentically myself. By talking the way I talk, dressing the way I dress, wearing hats, how I wear my hats. From country clubs to pharmaceutical homes, Section 8 or penthouse. My Rolodex is extremely, it has a lot of variety in it. So be careful, Mr. Whitlock, because you fell victim to what I really wanted you and others to understand. I may look some dumb, but I ain't plumb dumb. Thank you, Peggy.
Well, on that note, brother, I think it's time to end the show. The curtains are closed.
No! We're gonna add a finger then. Gonna add a finger. Okay, why you add it? Gonna add a pinky then. Gonna add a pinky. Right, why you add it? Gonna add your thumb. All together, one love. You dig?
And it's a wrap.
Ugh.